there was a moment where I was standing very early on, kind of almost before the session had got going, just as it was starting. And there's that moment where you kind of, you know, the group dynamic hasn't quite sort of, the cohesion isn't quite there. There's still a kind of an element of, you know, finding each other and finding each other's kind of space. I was near an open window and I could hear the traffic outside, and I could hear birdsong and I could hear a wood pigeon. But then I became aware also of Liz was standing quite close to me, and they just started this breathing exercise, and I became aware of her breath. And I was pointing my mic out of the window, and I was having a headphone off one ear to kind of keep an ear on the room. And then I sort of moved the mic around, and I found Liz, and I started recording her breath during this breathing exercise. And it had a really sort of lovely. It had a really kind of lovely quality to it. I can't even describe what it is, but it had a really nice quality to it. And there was this, and at the time when all this was happening, I was sort of thinking about my role in this setup. And I was feeling like, yeah, I'm kind of sort of, I'm a voyeur. I'm like the car outside. I'm not in this space. I'm sort of in this space, but I'm not in this space because I'm not a dancer. I'm a documenter. So I'm sort of a voyeur. I'm kind of like the outside world. But then there's this inside world, and I'm kind of linked. I'm some sort of, I feel like this kind of interpretive conduit between the outside and the inside world. And there was this lovely moment, for me anyway, where Liz, I think, sort of breathed out as a sort of a distant, I could hear this distant car. And they kind of almost became, they could have become the same thing in a way. It was like this sort of as one moment.